What I specialise in with my clients is actually this issue of resilience. And resilience is a word that gets used a lot at the moment. And I think it's because the environment that people are working in is much more volatile, much more uncertain, often complex, and people get stretched. So sometimes in a leadership role, you may be dealing really well with the demands of the job, and then perhaps something comes in from outside of work that impacts on you. Sometimes it's just that it's relentless, and you start to notice that you're dealing with situations differently. Perhaps you're noticing changes in your sleeping patterns, your eating patterns, the way you're dealing with situations. And so what I'm working with is, how can you stay resourced? How can you recover and learn and move on? And how can you also develop the resilience of the team that maybe you're leading? I work across a whole range of sectors, and I think that's because resilience is relevant. Doesn't matter whether you're in the public sector, the private sector, or a charity. But people often come because they notice that they are not dealing with situations as they would like to. They've always been able to carry on, keep going, work through, and they're finding themselves in a situation where maybe they're not as well, or maybe they're noticing that their confidence has been reduced, perhaps because of something that's happened. They've had a bad year, project's gone wrong, maybe a career disappointment. And the issues that they bring, it's not that I'm trying to help people be resilient, it's that everybody I work with is resilient because all humans are, but we all have bits that sort of fall out. And for some people, that's their confidence. For some people, it might be their optimism. For others, it could be being able to hold a sense of perspective. Somebody else might find that their emotions are getting more out of control. So I'm working with whatever bit of your resilience map has fallen out for you, so we can put it back in, and then you go back to being the leader that you want to be. My background actually began initially working with people on career issues, and often there are disappointments in career, so that topic comes up again and again. I then spent a number of years working with one of the big management consultancies, and then also in a business school where I was meeting with many leaders every week, and also doing research. So a lot of the work that I do has come out of researching into aspects of management or leadership or resilience, and then looking at how do I apply that in working with the individual. Well, my coaching approach is, it's got to be different for everyone. So I never come with a pack that says we are going to go through these 6 stages. My approach is to say, look, I've got all sorts of trainings, and some of them might be relevant and some of them might not. So what I need to understand is what's going to work for you. And then I want to get really forensic about what's going to make the difference for you. And then we work on that together. And that means both inside the session, but obviously outside. Coaching is about gaining insight and then being willing to do something. So my coaching approach is, it's fine for us to talk about it, but actually your learning is going to come from experimenting and being willing to come back and review those experiments. And it takes a lot of practice.